Welcome to day one of the Content Creation Masterclass. Now today's task is all about optimizing your Facebook. Why? That's the first question I know you're going to ask me. Why, Rach, do I need to optimize my Facebook page? The importance of optimizing your Facebook page is normally when someone's coming to look for your brand, the first thing they're going to do is look up your social media profiles. First and foremost usually is Facebook. So there's a few tips I'm going to go through with you today so that you can optimize your Facebook profile and then refer to your handy checklist that I've included in day one's task so that you can refer back to it any time. We're going to start with tip number one, and that is to add the right profile picture. Now, some of you may question as to what you should actually use for your profile picture. My recommendation is your logo. The reason behind using your logo is you become an identifiable brand every time you're looked up on social media, as well as when you're responding in the comments at any time throughout the news feed as well. The optimal size for your Facebook profile is 180 pixels by 180 pixels, but you need to ensure that when you're doing your Facebook profile, and I recommend doing that in Canva, you can set up specific dimensions in Canva to make sure it's 180 by 180. Make sure that it's in Canva to make sure it's 180 by 180. Make sure that it's such low resolution that it's not less than 40 pixels, because that's what comes up in your news feed. Tip number two is to add a cover photo, the all-important cover photo at the top of our page. This particular real estate on your Facebook page is one of the most important, and I recommend changing this every 2 weeks. I also would like you to include a call to action within your Facebook cover profile, whether you've got a new product line or you've got a question to ask. This is prime real estate, and I recommend you use this as best you can. The optimal size for a Facebook cover image is 820 pixels by 312 pixels. I also recommend that you could include a video. The optimal size for a video is actually 820 pixels by 462 pixels and recommended no more than 20 to 30 seconds long. I've also included here from the Facebook sizes and dimensions page your cover photo when wanting to see it on a mobile. If you input these particular dimensions into Canva and actually look at the dimensions for the optimized mobile version, you'll be able to create a cover image with the little hangover on the edge that then when you upload it, you'll see it perfectly on a PC screen, but you will also then see the cover image on your mobile as well. Tip number three is to add a short description to your page. Now this is in the About section of your page, and I recommend that you fill this in so that when people come looking for you, your short description is nice and concise and completely about your product. I also would like you to then add a long description to your page. You can do this through the About section of your profile as well. This is no more than 100 characters maximum, but you can include links to different things. You can add photos, you can add new product lines. A lot of people actually go in and have a look at the long description of your About Us section quite regularly. Tip number five is to add a description to your cover photo. Now this is something that a lot of people forget about. If you click on your photo of your cover image, you will see that it actually has the word add a description. If you add a description when you actually go into the feed, when you go into your feed and you've uploaded an image, you will then see your description come up here. So if I'd actually added a description, it would come up here to say, Rachel's Content Creation Masterclass starts on the 5th of November, blah, blah, blah. So I would definitely recommend putting in a description. Tip number six, sometimes people forget to even do this. Now add a link to your website. This is through the About Us section of your page and is really quite easy to do. It's kind of no explanation needed there. Tip number seven is to select the right business category. Now this is found through your settings page. And if you scroll down to your templates and tabs, this will take you into where your different services are. So you've got a lot of different templates that you can go through. You need to select the right one. The one obviously for products would be the shopping tab, which is the one that I've just gone past there. The shopping tab is ideal for this.
When you click onto the shopping tab, you will actually see that there's a lot of different tabs already included, which includes offers, shop, photos, etc. So make sure that you fill that in according to what your actual
Tip number 8.
Profile needs to be. Add a call to action button. What's a call to action button? That's that little blue button at the very top of your page, just underneath your cover photo. You can test your actual button to make sure what it's actually linking to at the moment. When I test mine links back to the Content Creation Masterclass landing page, but there's also so many options that you can use here as well. Obviously, the one for those of you that have a shop would be to link to the Shop Now button. Tip number 9 is to take advantage of your announcements or your pinned posts at the top of your page. You can do this by scrolling down to a particular post you'd like to click on. There's 3 little dots on the side. If you click on those dots, you can either pin or unpin to your page from there. Your page info. Now, this is really important. As part of your page info, it includes the times that your shop is open. So if you have a bricks and mortar store, this is where you would fill in the times that you're open. If, however, you are just someone that has a retail store online, you can actually pop in there that you're open 24 hours, so you can accept hours there. But make sure that that particular section is filled in as well. Tip 10 is to take advantage of your autoresponder message. You can actually customize this so you can say quirky little things about your products. Say, for example, you've launched a new range of kombucha, for example. You could pop in your autoresponder message. Sorry, we're not here right now. We're just testing a new recipe and keeping it on point to your brand. I'm sure most of you don't look at your insights, but I would love you to start looking at your insights at least once a month. This will give you a breakdown of the last 7 days of what's actually happened on your page, but you can actually customize that for either yesterday or the last 28 days. You can also export your data as well. Through your insights, you can find out so much about your audience that are liking your page. If you go down to posts, this will tell you exactly what kind of post resonated with your audience and will tell you what kind of content they're interested in. So when you're planning your content for the next month, you can look to see what resonated with your audience. So for example, for me, this particular post did really well, talking about the masterclass. This one about the announcement of the masterclass was really important. So I know that that particular post was something that my audience loves, and I would create that kind of content again for the following month. Up above, you will see here the times your audience is online. This is extremely important, knowing that only 3% of your posts are resonating with your audience or even seen. So by posting at the times when your audience are mainly online, which for me is 8 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and 7 a.m. in the morning, I'm more likely to reach them by posting at the time when they're online. This times here actually specifies for the entire week. If you were to go into each individual day, it will tell you the different times when your audience is online. You can also find out what type of people are liking your page, where they're from, and their demographic, simply by going into the People tab, and it will tell you how many of your fans are female and how many are male, what their age are, and where they're from. You can also go through to the number of likes that you have and break this down even further to actually do a very strategic content plan by looking at the number of likes that you've had over a certain period and the number of unlikes that you've had. These ones are not as significant. If I was to have 30 or 40 unlikes, I'd say that there was a post or some kind of content that people didn't resonate with. But you can see from here that I got an extra 5 organic likes on the 20th of October. So I can go back to the 20th of October and find out what it was that resonated with my audience and make sure I've got more content the same. So please go into your insights at least once a month and check to see what your audience are resonating with, and this will help you build your content strategy.
One of the insights that I really want you to have a look at, and we're going to call this a little bit of stalking, it's all about your competitors and how you should watch your competitors. Down the bottom here, you've got pages to watch. You can add in different pages that are of a brand that are similar to your own or sell a similar product, and you can watch them without them knowing that you're watching them. And then each week you can go in and actually see what kind of posts resonate with their audience. So you can see, for example, I follow Hope & Main, which is a Chicago-based company. It tells me that they've got a 3% increase on engagement this week. 43 more likes of engagement this week. And if I click on the name Hope & Main, this will bring up this week's top posts from Hope & Main. So this will tell me what they've posted this week and what resonated with their audience. So this particular post, for example, got 11 likes and 3 comments and 4 shares. This one here got 12 likes with a couple of comments. So if there was something that I could post that was in a similar vein to this particular post on Halloween, I could go and create some content within Canva or find something that I have within stock photography, knowing that this particular post would also resonate with my audience. So I'm not asking you to copy the post, but I'm looking at these particular posts as something that we know that this one might resonate with your audience if it's a page that has similar products or services to your own. I'd like you to look at the featured photos on your account. When people scroll through, there are a certain number of photos that you can have, which are these ones here. You can have up to 5. You can do a particular layout based on your particular brand. So say you had 5 different products, you could feature them in this particular photo section here. So ideally what I'm trying to promote is what are the services that I offer. If I click down on the arrow here, I will see the word featured content. Because I already have featured content, I can actually change my featured photos here, or I could add them. So you'll see the 5 photos that I've chosen here. I can remove a particular photo and I can upload another one based on the content that I already have within my timeline. So I can click on my timeline photos, find another photo that might be perfect for a feature photo. I'm going to scroll down to here. This is me doing some training. Click save, and that now becomes one of my featured photos.